Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Curly Fry, and I am coming at you with a theory about Five Nights at Freddy's. I've recorded this 5 times, and it kept getting messed up, so hopefully this goes well, because I don't want to do it again. I don't know if any of these were on the internet, because these theories just came from my head, and I didn't do any research, so if I did take anybody's idea, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Alright, on to the show. First thing that I want to do is talk about time. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, it's based in 1987. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is based in 1991 or somewhere in between 1997. Just because of the checks, and I'm pretty sure you guys already know about this, so I'm not even going to get into it. So pretty much the sequel is actually the prequel, and Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is the sequel. Now that we've got that off our chest, we can continue. Another thing that I noticed is that in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 there are doors, but not in the second one. I don't know if that is even safe. I'm sure the security guard was like, hey, we should probably get doors because everybody is like dying, you know? So maybe we should get some doors in there, and then they did. And they realized, oh, less people are dying. Okay, so we can just continue doing what we do. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we hear the security guard saying, we are going to keep the old animatronics just in case if we need them in the future. Which is what we see in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which continues to let us believe this is based in the future. But then you have to think, wait, they said that was their last year. Why did they make a new one? That's a little weird. Now, the new scare in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the marionette. I don't know much about this marionette. I'm pretty sure I know just as much as everybody else. All you have to do is keep it asleep, as Markiplier says, because apparently it's the baby. And if you run out of time to make the music keep going, then it jumps out at you, which makes you kind of believe that it's a Jack-in-the-Box, but I think it could be both. But they probably just take it out and it does a fun little dance, because it's a little marionette thing. In the beginning of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we get these little clips in between certain days of Five Nights at Freddy's in the dark. And we see it through Freddy's eyes, and he's just kind of looking around, and nothing is really happening, but we do get the most terrifying soundtrack with it. And the second time that they do this, the bunny and the chicken or the chick are looking at you, but they kind of looked a little scared. And I know what you're thinking. They're animatronics. They don't have expressions. That's not true, because in certain animatronics they can give expressions, and they look kind of scared to me. That's just my own opinion. Now, in the last night that we see this, the puppet is in your face, and you're trying to look away. And both Bonnie and Chica are not looking at it. And they seem really scared of this puppet, and I really want to know why. We do know that the new animatronics, or the old animatronics, have a criminal database in the system. So this might be a big step forward, but I do think that if this puppet is haunted, because I'm pretty sure that the guy who made this said, yes, this place is haunted. I don't know if it was him who said it, but somebody did say that this place was indeed haunted. And I think that if this puppet is haunted, then the animatronics are trying to save us, but they don't know that we are hurting when we are being shoved into these puppet costumes. And because they're robots, they're like kids. They don't really know better. Which comes to my next theory. There are these little 8-bit scenes, which people are calling the Easter eggs of Five Nights at Freddy's. They say that save the children and give life. Now, they don't necessarily say it, but they would say like S-A-V-E. Like, things like that. And it's really hard to make out, but if you actually really listen to it, I'm sure that you can figure it out. And while you're doing this, you're getting this little, I don't know if you can actually play this, or if it's just kind of happening before you. Like, kids are turning red, and you have to give them cake in order for them to live, and then it's confusing. I don't know what's happening. My brain hurts when it happens. I do want to talk about their screams. I know that they're screams of children, but that also brings up the point of me saying that they're like kids. They don't know any better. Well, yeah, because they are like kids, and it's not like animatronics really age, so they pretty much stay kids. All they know that is that they have to save you. And if you see right here in this GIF or GIF, Bonnie isn't really that scary. It kind of looks like a panic, like shaking, you kind of panic, like, you need to go. Something's about to kill you. Get your shit together and get out. And Freddy over here is just kind of like, oh, I'm Freddy. Hey, let's get out, because I don't want to be here any much than you do. So, you know, your shift is over. Let's get out. The bite of 80 freaking 7. Now, as we do know, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 does take place in 1987. And Foxy does jump out at you through the dark, which is near the frontal lobe, like what the security guard said. In Five Nights at Freddy's 1, it is amazing how somebody can live without the frontal lobe. I think that the puppet is making Foxy do this, because as we know, the animatronics don't really want to hurt you. And I think he either said, oh, if you don't do this, then I'm going to hurt you, or if you do this, then I will fix the mangle. And being good to your friends and making sure that your friends are always safe, he agreed, which is why we see Chica putting together the mangle, because he did what he was supposed to do. What would a Five Nights at Freddy's theory be without Golden Freddy? Nothing. I am just going to put this out there. Golden Freddy is a mascot. That is why he looks so unlife-ish. He looks kind of broken down. He's just a mascot. It's like when you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you see that stupid animatronic up on the stage, and then you see Chucky just kind of walking around. That is all that he is, and it's pretty much just a warning. You should probably put on the costume. That is it. I don't want to really talk about it anymore, because I actually heard somebody say, oh, he was made by the government. Like, where the heck did the government come in? That just made me so mad. You're just like, oh, and then Chica is blah blah blah, and Golden Freddy is made by the government. I was like, where the hell did the government come in? What is happening with this theory? It made no sense to me. All it did was just make me laugh. Now, my stepsister did tell me that they might make a Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I don't know if this is completely sure, because they could be just rumors on Tumblr or whatever. And if they did, would they focus on Freddy Fazbear's Diner, since we do know that he did go back 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's in the second one. And we do hear the security guard talk about rumors, which is very weird. Like, why does it really matter if we hear the rumors of Five Nights Freddy Fazbear's Diner? I do want to talk about the security guard. I should have talked about this a little bit earlier, but better late than never. He talks about taking the night shift in the prequel, which is actually the second one. But I'm pretty sure that when you guys heard his voice, you were like, hey, 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 he died on night 4. This is bullshit. Why is he here? And another thing is, this was based in 1987. The first one was like 10 or less years later. Why are they now, well, in Five Nights at Freddy's, why are they now turning on him? Like, what, after 10 years, they should know him, they should be buddies, they should be eating pizza together. But they're attacking him for no reason, because he seemed pretty calm night 1 through 3, and then number 4 came along, we're like, what just happened? So to sum this up the best that I can, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is a sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is a prequel, and I believe that the animatronics have the criminal database, and they're trying to save you from the puppet because the puppet is being haunted by a criminal that wants to hurt you, so they're shoving you into costumes without realizing that they're hurting you, and that's all that they know. And I think that the puppet is probably planning to do something, and they're trying to stop it. I think that they're the real heroes in Five Nights at Freddy's. I did have some additional questions that I wanted to see if you guys wanted to answer them in the comments down below. Do you think that the puppet is the one behind all of the stuff that's happening in Five Nights at Freddy's? Question number 2 is, if the puppet is haunted, does it have a spirit with a criminal record? And the last one is, are the animatronics protecting you from the criminal? I want to know your guys' opinion on this, because I really want to figure this out. I think that this game is amazing, and I think the people who I watched, Harshly Critical and Markiplier, they did an awesome job, and even Harshly Critical was like, wait, this is in 1987. What's happening here? So, tell me what you guys think down below. Leave a like and subscribe, and thank you for listening through this. Now, here's a little dance and a song.